And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode where I answer your questions about cell phone plans and help you pick the best plan or get the best deal on a new device. We have so many friendly faces here in the chat today. Scott is here. Great to see you, Scott. We got Max Slacker TV. Happy Monday to Stetson and the people on the chat. That's right. Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you're doing fantastic today. Gregory is here. What is up? We have Oscar saying hello, hello. Diane saying TGI TOV. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what that means. Gabriel is here. Gabriel, great to see you. What is up? Do you think T-Mobile would care if I do 2 or more SIM swaps a day? I'm using a physical SIM. If you're using a physical SIM, I think you are free to swap that in as many devices as you would like. That's my take. I'm curious if people in the chat agree or disagree. Tommy, what is up, everyone? Tommy, great to see you here. Voodoo, great to see you. It has been a minute. It has been a minute. Actually, it's been 7 days, but that's like a minute these days. Nestor is here. Yo, we've got so many things to cover on this stream. Great call, Nestor. We have news about Helium Mobile. We have T-Mobile's new plan. What else do we have? Oh, we have some incredible coverage map news that I think I may have forgotten last week, or we launched the news right after the live stream, but tons of things to cover. Who else do we have here? Cameron, great to have you here. Oh, interesting. Cameron, starting out with a question. Would you recommend Visible Base for $19 a month or Metro's 6-month $120 plan? My mint runs out next month. Cameron, that is a great question. And if I'm in your shoes, I'm going with Visible Base, purely because Visible Base includes hotspot data. Metro's plan does not include hotspot, and that is a deal breaker for me personally. All right, TX Republic, thoughts on T-Mobile better value? I think we just got to dive into the news. We got to dive into the news here because there's a lot to cover. There is a lot to cover, and I think we should start with Helium Mobile. All right, so I got some people, Michael Coes Cats, hopefully you're here in the stream and you deserve the shout out and you get the shout out that you do deserve. But I think what we got to talk about is what's happening with Helium Mobile. So Michael tweeted out to me that Helium sent out an email to customers, and I actually got this exact same email here. So what is happening? So Helium Mobile is making 2 key changes. Change number 1 is with the Helium Mobile free plan. The plan is still free, but they're kind of pulling a T-Mobile here, and they're making taxes and fees extra. So in the email, if you're a Helium Mobile free customer, you probably got this email, and it says when the Zero plan launched, Helium Mobile covered the required taxes and fees to make getting started easy, aka to make it easy for people to sign up, make it truly free, so Helium could get as many new customers as possible. And now they say, as the service grows, we're making a small adjustment so we can keep offering the Zero plan as an affordable phone service long term. Starting January 27th, 2026, taxes and fees required for phone service will apply to your Zero plan. These charges depend on your service address and go to third parties such as municipal and state governments, not Helium Mobile. I mean, honestly, I almost wish it's a catch-22, right? On one hand, I almost wish that they had launched a plan with this in place. I think it does kind of make sense that, as a consumer, you pay taxes and fees. That's totally fine. But just kind of an unfortunate adjustment here where you're going to be paying taxes and fees on the plan itself. Now, the good news is in the telecom space, taxes and fees only apply to voice and text, okay? They do not apply to data. And if we go to, actually, why go to the Helium website when you can go to the Best Phone Plans website? If we pop over to the low-cost plans here, the Zero plan comes with 3 gigs of high-speed data, only 100 minutes, and 300 texts. So high probability that taxes and fees are going to be very low on this plan. I'll be sure to monitor my Helium Mobile Zero plan and let you know what my taxes and fees end up being And in fact, if you're a Helium customer, you might actually be able to find that out already just by checking your previous invoices. I'm kind of curious if Helium shows that. So let me go ahead, see if I can check my email quickly. And the problem is I get so many marketing, I get marketing emails from Helium. So I don't know where my like actual bill or invoice is going to. Okay. So yeah, I think I'll screenshot this and then I can share it, I think. Boom. And then, oh, yes. Pro tip, if you drag a screenshot into a web browser, it'll load it up. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing here. Share screen window. Here we go. Perfect. So this is a Helium Mobile Air plan, okay? And this is for my area here in Longmont, Colorado. The total price of the plan, $15. The taxes and fees add up to $1.82. So for my total, I'm getting $16.82 for the Helium Mobile Air plan. It would not surprise me if taxes and fees for the Zero plan, right, are somewhere between, I don't know, 50 cents and $2, depending on where you live. Still an amazing value plan. Again, hard to beat the price for a low-cost plan that comes with 3 gigs of data, but you will be paying taxes and fees. There is one additional change to the Helium Mobile Zero plan, and it has to do with the cellular data. This change I am less of a fan of. Again, I understand it, but it's a downside for Helium Mobile subscribers. So again, starting January 27th, this is when all the changes are going into effect. You're still going to get 3 gigabytes of free high-speed data per month, but you're only going to get 1 gigabyte through the nationwide partner network. That is T-Mobile. So you're only going to get 1 gigabyte of usable data on the T-Mobile network. The remaining 2 gigabytes will be accessible through the Helium network. That means you need to connect to the Helium mobile hotspots. Now, the reason I am not a fan of this is, candidly, I think the probability that people are going to connect to a Helium hotspot is very low. At least in my area, I think there's a couple deployed, but I don't think I've ever noticed my device connecting to them while I've been out and about. So this severely, or can severely, handicap the plan depending on how you are using it. You're kind of getting a third less data on the actual cellular networks. But again, for the price, this is still a really good value. Great for a backup phone, great for certain different applications and stuff. But this is a pretty big change to the plan. And it kind of calls into question, like, how do you represent that, right? Like, sure, it's technically 3 gigs, but now it's like 3 gigs with a bunch of asterisks. Really only 1 gig on T-Mobile, 2 gigs on Helium Mobile. And again, just getting access to that Helium data, I think is going to be a little bit less common for other people. Let's see. I think there was one more screenshot shared. Oh, it was just the options. You can cancel your Zero plan at any time with no penalty, or you can accept the terms and have your plan renew. The other change to Helium Mobile, no, I think that was it. It was the free plan is getting taxes and fees, and then it was the data allotment and how the data works. So those were the 2 key changes to Helium. I understand the changes. Honestly, not the biggest fan of them is what I will say. I'm kind of curious if you guys are on Helium, if anyone in the chat is using their service, and kind of what you think about all the changes that we're seeing today. Yeah, Kevin, you were saying it correctly. Only 1 gig can be used on the T-Mobile network. It effectively turns a 3 gig plan into a 1 gig plan. Like, I'm tempted on the Best Phone Plans website to just list this as now a 1 gig plan, because that's really all you're getting. 1 gig of cellular data that you can use on the T-Mobile network. And sure, you get 2 gigs on the Helium network, but here's the catch-22. anywhere that you have Helium Mobile coverage, by default, you will have Wi-Fi. Like, there will be a Wi-Fi network available. Now, the seamlessness of connectivity, I think, is a big problem that Helium Mobile solves. Basically, the way it works, right, is if you have your Helium VPN, not really a VPN, but Helium profile installed on your phone, then anytime you're within a Helium Wi-Fi hotspot, your device will recognize that and will automatically connect. That said, that Wi-Fi hotspot is coming from an actual wireless network, a Wi-Fi network rather, as opposed to a cellular network. And that means you'll be able to connect to Wi-Fi in some capacity at that location as well. So, in my opinion, really more of a 1 gig plan, not exactly what I was looking for. Elsa Mary saying, I'm leaving. My second important phone number is with them. Jay Freeman, Vermont is saying, I'm using it and this change stinks. Yeah, it does stink. It does stink. That's true. Tommy brings up a good point. Just because a Wi-Fi network exists doesn't mean you have access to it or should be using it. That's a totally fair point. Sometimes the public Wi-Fi networks that the Helium devices might be running off of could be slow. They could be password protected. They could be a business Wi-Fi. There's so many variables here. I would still hypothesize that if there is a Helium Wi-Fi hotspot available, then there is a high probability there is a free public Wi-Fi network also available. Helium would probably be a better experience, though. G. Pirani saying, per Reddit, when connected to a Helium hotspot, the device will treat it as a Wi-Fi network and show as being on Wi-Fi, which confuses people into thinking they're on Wi-Fi and use data by mistake. Oh, that's interesting because effectively the high-speed data that's included counts against that allocation, which is technically different than other cell phone plans, right? Like if you're on US Mobile, if you're on Visible and you connect to Wi-Fi, then that doesn't count towards your high-speed data allotment. But with Helium, with what they're doing, all of a sudden being on Wi-Fi or seeing that Wi-Fi symbol could mean that your session does count against your included data allotment, which is kind of interesting. I almost feel like Helium, I don't know, I don't think they do this on any of their plans, but I feel like they should almost do unlimited on the Helium native network and then set amounts of cellular data. But that's what we got going on. Also, shout out to Quentin for becoming a new channel member. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. Do you have any idea what the taxes and fees are now? I'm sorry if this was already addressed. Quentin, that is a great question. It does vary a lot, state to state, county to county, all that stuff. What I do have right now is my Helium bill for the Air plan. That's what we were looking at. And you can see for my area, I paid a total of $16.82. Now, I don't know what it's going to be on the Helium Mobile Zero plan, but my guess is it's going to be somewhere between like 50 cents and $2. Because again, it was just $1.82 here. And $1.82, even for just a gig of data and 100 minutes and 300 texts, that's still a great deal. Like, that is still a phenomenal offering, and I'm glad we have that in the marketplace, but just kind of an unfortunate change. Oh, I remember the second change with Helium. It is if you are a legacy Helium Mobile customer. Let me see if I can pull that up. Here we go, the $5 and the $20 plan. So if you were a beta user of Helium Mobile and you got that $5 beta plan that came with 30 gigs of high-speed data on the T-Mobile network, unfortunately, those are coming to an abrupt end. That's right. So Helium says, we're grateful for the subscribers who joined our mission in the early days of Helium. These $5 beta and $20 plans were early access offers that helped us test, learn, and grow Helium Mobile into the nationwide service that it is today. To stay true to our mission of affordability and connectivity for all, we're bringing these early subscribers onto the Helium Mobile plans built today. Zero, Air, and Infinity, so we continue offering some of the most affordable phone plans in the country for the long term. Beginning January 27th, again, that's the date for all these changes, the early access $5 and $20 plans will no longer be supported on Helium Mobile. Prior to this date, the following exclusive promotions are available to choose from right within the Helium Mobile app. So basically, they're giving you an exclusive promotion, but you either have to switch your cell phone plan or terminate your service. That is the only option for these early adopters. And I actually have a $5 beta plan that I've been paying for. And, the service was great. It was almost too good to be true. And sort of the day of reckoning has come. It sounds like Helium, they want to start earning money and becoming a little bit more, I don't know if they're profitable, but basically earning more money from their subscribers. And wow. This is actually kind of spicy. Looking at Reddit, didn't it say for life, as long as you're subscribed to Helium Mobile? That would be false advertising. It sure did. The Wayback Machine has that language. Oh, sorry about that, you guys. Collapsed Reddit. This is insane. It feels like T-Mobile's price lock. Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. To show our appreciation for helping shape Helium Mobile, invite-only beta participants are eligible for an unlimited plan promo price that they enjoy forever. And if we go down to those asterisks, participating users will receive the the unlimited plan beta promo price for as long as they remain a Helium Mobile subscriber. Service cancellation forfeits this special rate. So according to their own terms and conditions, Helium Mobile has no right to do this. There's one thing I like, there's one thing I dislike. It's companies going back on their word. And this feels like a rug pull. I mean, it is, as Reddit said, that would be false advertising. To me, it sounds like false advertising. Advertising one price for as long as you remain a customer, and then, oh, oops, there goes your price, even though you remained a customer. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. I can kind of understand it from a business perspective. Like I guess they need to make more money now, but definitely does not feel good supporting a company, getting this agreement, and then having the company change the terms of their agreement. Never fun to see. Never fun to see. G. Pirani, there were some people who prepaid for multiple months of the $5 plan, who paid a lot of money to be set for life, who are having the rug pulled out. This is true. What we were seeing is some people were selling these legacy $5 lines on eBay or other platforms saying, hey, this is a $5 plan for life. You can have this phone number. And they would sell the line to someone else. And now all of a sudden, those people are going to have to start paying the full price for that service. I wonder if T-Mobile is charging Helium more per gig. Kevin, that's a good question. I mean, my hypothesis here, like if I were in Helium Mobile's shoes, they had a chicken and egg problem, right? They needed to incentivize people, the crypto bros, as I kind of think of them, to deploy Wi-Fi hotspots. But what would incentivize people to deploy Wi-Fi hotspots? Well, you need users to be using data and to drive demand for Wi-Fi hotspots. So you kind of had this, well, we could try and get people to put up Wi-Fi hotspots, but no one's going to do it if they don't earn money, and it doesn't make sense. So that means we need a bunch of users on the network who are using data and driving demand to make deploying a Wi-Fi hotspot more worth it, more profitable for those deployers and early adopters. So I think, look, my guess, Helium raised a bunch of money. My guess is that they were just taking a loss on all those new subscribers. Like they were saying, hey, this is an investment of getting people on the network. And they were just covering the cost of like what they were paying and what T-Mobile was charging. I doubt that T-Mobile is charging more per gig. Like if anything, we've seen the evolution of different MVNOs, and often as an MVNO gains more and more subscribers, they typically gain more leverage and can negotiate better rates from their partner carrier. We've seen this specifically with US Mobile over the years, and I'm sure other MVNOs are in a similar boat. I'm kind of curious. Helium Mobile subscriber count. Let's see if we can pull this up. And yeah, this is what we have on Dune Analytics. So cumulative subscribers, the public number is 509, almost 600,000 subscribers. Let's just round up because that is a nice, easy number. But about 600,000 subscribers on Helium Mobile. So kind of interesting to see that. And I'm unsure what plan all of these people are on. My guess is most of these customers are on that Helium Mobile Zero plan, that free plan. And my guess is that as more and more people signed up, Helium just started losing money, right? Because with every new subscriber, they would effectively be losing money on the taxes and fees. So I think that's probably why they had to make the taxes and fees extra and excluded from that free plan. But yeah, changing the legacy subscribers, I mean, even if like all of the early adopters, right? Like all of these people, maybe all of these people, I don't even remember when that plan went away, but only 127,000 subscribers, right? Maybe 100 to 200 tops. Like, I think they should be able to just keep their plan if that's what they signed up for and that's what the language said. I think they should keep it. So that's my take. Gabriel, should I turn my phone off to put a SIM card in or take a SIM card out? No, there is no need to turn off your phone. You can just hot swap it. You're going to be good to go. So if you run into issues like data or voice is not working, then yeah, I would reboot it. But I think probably 99% of the time I'd swap SIM cards. The devices are on. So the old device is on and the new device is on. Oh yeah, Stang, what do you think about Louis Rossmann's mobile company Freely? This is a good question. We got to get Freely on the best phone plan site and the coverage map site. There are things I like and there are things I dislike. So I do like that this is a privacy focused prepaid carrier. It basically doesn't require any information to sign up. So if we hit get this plan, we can effectively skip pretty much everything. So service plus, I don't even know what my 4 digits. I guess I can't. Lewis does a better job of showing this, but basically you don't need to enter any information. You can like skip 99% of the things that Freely asks for. So that's what I like. Privacy focused, they don't collect information. So if Freely gets hacked, they have none of your data. Like it doesn't matter. They only have what you give them. You can pay in crypto or whatever. I like that. What I dislike are these plan prices. Guys, these are super expensive plans. Unfortunately, I think Freely uses T-Mobile, and unfortunately the rates are just not good. So Flex, $25 for 2 gigs of data. Guys, in today's age, you should be getting unlimited data for $25. You can get unlimited from US Mobile, from Visible, from AT&T prepaid, from Cricket. All of those carriers are offering unlimited for $25. So getting 2 gigs, embarrassing. Essential, $35 for 5 gigs. Again, at the $35 price point, you're looking at Visible Plus, just Visible Plus. That is a premium unlimited plan. Visible Plus, $35, taxes and fees included, unlimited priority data, unlimited hotspot at 10 megabits per second, 1080p video streaming, unlimited high speed. It's a premium plan. Freely, 5 gigs of deprioritized data, I think on T-Mobile. So yeah, I'm not impressed by that. And Core, $50 for 10 gigs. Again, just not a good price. Oh my God, it goes up. $65 for 20 gigs. Yeah, for $65, you should be getting like one of the most premium plans available. AT&T prepaid unlimited max. Even Google Fi's plan is better than this. It's just, these prices are not good. Now, I know if my friend Peter Adderton were watching the stream, he would probably chime in that Freely is an MVNO. MVNOs have to get rates from the carriers directly, and unfortunately, those rates just aren't able to be as good as carrier-owned brands, right? So we were talking about Visible before. Visible is owned by Verizon, so they have an unfair advantage. Metro by T-Mobile, owned by T-Mobile, they have an unfair advantage. Mint Mobile, owned by T-Mobile, they have an unfair advantage. Again, unlimited high-speed data for $30 a month. And is Mint still doing their promo? Yeah, they're still doing their promo. I don't know. The end date never stopped, never happened. Unlimited data for $15. Okay, would you want unlimited data for $15? Or do you want, they don't even have a $15 plan. 5 gigs for $35. You see what I mean? So I appreciate the effort. I appreciate the idea. I appreciate what Freely is trying to do. But candidly, these plans aren't worth it. I can't really recommend them to anyone. They're just too expensive for the data you get and the features that are included. So, I mean, we'll give them a shout. They do include international roaming to the world's top travel spots. So that's nice. It kind of just works. You don't need to think about it. But yeah, price performance, not good. Oh, we also need to talk about the Verizon unlock policy. This has been updated. Let me see if I can pull that up on Twitter. Unfortunately, I should have bookmarked it, but maybe it was. Let me pull this up. The short story is that the FCC has now ruled that Verizon does not have to, yeah, here we go. We'll pull up Sneed's post about it. The FCC has ruled that Verizon no longer needs to unlock its devices after 60 days. I'm not going to read everything, but what you need to know is the FCC waived a 2007 rule that required one wireless carrier, Verizon, to unlock their handsets well earlier than the standard industry practice, thus creating an incentive for bad actors to steal those handsets for purposes of carrying out fraud or other illegal acts. And so because of this, the FCC has decided to waive that rule, and Verizon no longer needs to adhere to the 60-day unlock policy. I'll be honest, I don't know too much about this. It sounds like the theory was because Verizon devices auto-unlocked after 60 days, they may have been more of a target for malicious actors who needed phones, and as this document says, selling them on the black market or whatever. To me, that seems, silly. Unlocked devices are available on eBay, on Swappa. You can get a device that's unlocked. So I'm kind of surprised that Verizon had such a problem with this. But that said, Verizon stated it saw a spike in fraud of approximately 55% after TracFone moved from its earlier policy of a 1-year lock to Verizon's 60-day unlock policy. So it does seem like there was a correlation, not a causation perhaps, but at least a strong correlation between having a shorter unlock window and devices being used for fraud. So it is what it is. I'm personally disappointed. High probability that devices on the Verizon network will have a new unlock policy, and we'll have to see what that is. Like, will Verizon adopt a policy similar to AT&T and T-Mobile, which is between 2 and 3 years after you purchase a device? Will they keep the 60-day unlock on Verizon postpaid and change maybe TracFone back to a year or do 2 years? Who knows? Who knows? The changes have yet to be seen. But this is something that I'm personally disappointed about. I would have approached this from the other way. Like, why not make all carriers have their devices auto unlock after 60 days, right? Like, that seems like a good idea to me. So I'm unsure how the unlock policy is correlated to fraud. Like, are people not able to get unlocked phones elsewhere? Like, is it just that the devices are super cheap and they activate it for 60 days and then use it for something else? Like, okay, now they'll just do it for a year and then wait. I don't know. I'm not the expert on this, but I'm not really happy to see it. That's my take, at least. Oh, yeah, we got to talk about the new T-Mobile plan. Actually, before we talk about the new T-Mobile plan and what's included with that, we have to talk about Coverage Map because there was a massive update to Coverage Map. Sorry, I just remembered as I was drinking that someone said the mic is super sensitive and you can like hear the drink of water. Anyway, we got to talk about Coverage Map because there was a massive, massive update. Let me actually launch the map off screen just in case it zooms into my location. Cool. We're good. We're good. Bam. So what is the update to Coverage Map? Right now, you see the map you know and love, and it's incredible. It is, in my opinion, one of the best crowdsourced maps of cellular coverage in the US. And today, actually sometime last week, here, I'll even sign out. We are excited to announce Coverage Map is now available in over 30 countries and destinations. That is right. You can now check coverage in Australia. In fact, we have some users in Australia who have been mapping out cell coverage. So let's fly over there. Boom, look at this. We're looking at Optus cell coverage in Australia. It works just as you expect. You can zoom in, you can see the speeds and performance, you can click a square, and you can instantly compare performance. We're probably going to need to adjust our promoted plans. Good thing I'm seeing this now. And you can compare Optus versus Telstra versus Vodafone in this area. And again, you can look at Optus, switch over to Telstra. Dang, this is crazy. 1400 megabits per second, 1500 megabits per second. I wonder what the fastest speed is in Australia. Maybe you'll find out. And we can switch over to Vodafone. Dang, this area is super well mapped out. Shout out to our Australian users bringing this map to life. The heat map works. The best carrier works. Auto computes based on the carriers in that local country. It looks like, who's blue? I think that was Telstra. Seems like Telstra has a strong network in Australia. All right, let's see if we can find the fastest speeds. What you'll notice is the 3D view will also work. Wow, you can see, I think one of these two will be the fastest. And the filters will still work. So let's just do min download speed. I think 1500 megabits per second. Okay. We have a couple that are over that. Let's go back to 2D. What do we have? 5,000. Okay, something tells me this one might be an error. What do we have here? 4,000. Unless it's millimeter wave. I'd be so curious to learn more about this test. 5,000, 1,700, 4,055. See, that, in my mind, totally plausible. 1,500. Okay, okay. What do we have over here? 1,500, 1,700, 1,500, 4,039, 5,000. See, these 5,000 ones, I'm suspicious, but crazy if true. Crazy if true. 1,500, 1,600. So there you go. Also interesting to keep in mind, outside of the US and Canada, LTE is called 4G. That's right. The other countries didn't have the whole LTE long-term evolution that is effectively, I don't know if it's gone, but definitely doesn't seem as long-term. YouTube experiment, why only 30 countries? Because those were the easiest for us to support right off the bat. We are, of course, working to add more and more over time. Let's go over to, how about Germany? See what's cooking in Germany. And then we'll dive into the T-Mobile news because I know you guys are curious about that. So we have the speeds filtered. Wait, what are the fastest speeds in Germany? I'm curious. I'm so curious. Pink Telecom. Okay, 1500. 1500. I think those are the two. All right, let's clear this speed filter so we can see all of Germany. Man, it looks like, yeah, the network, Telecom, seems to be doing quite well. We'll do best. That's awesome. Obviously, so much more of Germany to be mapped out, but I thought it was really exciting. I wanted you guys to know we just turned it on. Do we have France? We have India. Oh, we have, again, plenty of room to continue mapping out India, but this is really cool to see in terms of like what speeds people are getting, what the different networks are. In India, it looks like Airtel, BSNL, Jio, and V. I've heard really good things about Jio from people, I think probably on Twitter, just kind of sharing their experience. But yeah, that's super cool. Super, super cool. Mexico is live. If you travel to Mexico, we've got a couple people mapping stuff out there. Wow. 17.7. I think the data speeds might be a little bit slower, at least in that area. AT&T, Movistar, Red, Compartida, and Telcel. Man, so cool. Anyway, so I wanted to give a shout out. My business partner, Trevor, he worked really hard to make this happen, to launch these international countries, and I couldn't be more excited. So we are now building the best, or hopefully the best, crowdsourced maps in over 30 countries. Switzerland is here, Sweden is here, Spain is here. Man, you can tell some countries, they're just getting started, but they're here. If you map coverage, you can see it. Vi is Vodafone. All three countries you picked had Vodafone. That's interesting. Does priority data matter when it comes to doing contributing speed test data on coverage map or not really? I would say not really. Most people have plans that are deprioritized, and the goal is to just show what real network performance is like. And if you're running a deprioritized test, odds are those are the speeds and performance that most people are going to experience. So I think it's totally fine. And in reality, if you're thinking about like usage, it's really data chunks, right? Like, are you getting 0 to 10 megabits per second, 10 to 20 megabits per second, 20 to 50 megabits per second, or anything over 50 megabits per second? And that's almost more valuable. What are some good plans, whether MVNO or big carriers, that have really good international features, ideally on the AT&T network? AT&T directly, $12 a day for international roaming, but they support most countries, if not all of them, and it's just unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data. Really, really impressive international roaming from AT&T. In terms of smaller carriers, US Mobile is what comes to my mind on the AT&T network on Darkstar. If you go to their features, international data, you can see their Darkstar network comes with 20 gigs of free roaming in over 110 destinations, although 30 are data only. So I guess closer to 80 destinations with talk, text, and data. But that could definitely be one. Bass fraud, or maybe base. I think I said that wrong. Base fraud. Yeah, Visible is still a great move. They're still running their promo. Switch 26. Amazing value on all their plans. Show this on screen right now. Visible Base, $19 a month. Visible Plus, $26 a month. Visible Plus Pro, $33 a month. All fantastic options. If you want unlimited priority data on the Verizon network, I don't think there's a better option than Visible at this point in time. Kyle Crow also chiming in, Cricket is great if you go to Mexico and Canada for a lower price. Trevor's also saying we have a cool feature on Coverage Map Android coming soon for seeing how your international roaming connection works. Yeah, let me see if I can give a sneak preview of that for the people in the chat, the people who want to know. I think we can make this happen. So this is, let's see here. What we have is a mock-up. Nothing final. Well, we do have a production version. If you're a Coverage Map Pro subscriber, you already have access to this feature. But if you're not a Pro subscriber, here is a quick sneak peek at what is coming soon. Bam. Oops. Add to stage. It is this. Have you ever wondered what you're actually connected to? Well, again, shout out to Trevor uncovering all of the details of your connection in our next Coverage Map app update. Android users will be able to tell the full connection details, including the name of the carrier, the name of the underlying cellular network, if you are roaming, and your IP transit information. You'll also be able to see the generation of the network, the technology, the PLMN, the ASN, and what bands you are connected to, the frequencies, the signal strength, as well as the band ID. We have sort of a quick pop-up view here, and then you're going to get a full detailed view that gives you the same information about the connection details, and then much more granular information about the specific band you are connected to. And this comes from a screenshot that I did, and you can see like these are the real numbers, the real values that I was getting, and it's going to be awesome. I think you guys are really, really going to like it. YouTube experiment. Apple doesn't allow this info, I'm guessing. YouTube experiment, you are absolutely correct. Apple doesn't give us anything. So this is going to be Android only. It's going to be super cool. I think you're really, really going to like it. All right. Anyway, that's the sneak preview of the upcoming app update. And again, if you're curious about this, you're interested about this, you want it right now, Coverage Map Pro subscribers, they have access to the beta build of the app that has this live and working. Like you can use this right now. I don't have my Android phones on me, so I can't give you the quick show and tell, but it's working right now. If you choose to support us, you'll get access to the beta and be one of the first people to test that feature out. Tommy, you're right. Android for the win. Android is glorious at certain things, cellular information being one of them. I have a question. Is there any free mobile plan like Helium for transferring my Google Voice and Text Now to I Did It to Helium? Unfortunately, I think the only free plans that I'm aware of, let's see what I have on the Best Phone Plans website. That's probably the best way to approach this. Is just to see what we got. At least what the most affordable options are. Oops. There we go. All right, if we go to plans, this is going to show us all plans. We also need to still talk about the T-Mobile news. Visible's the goat of prepaid. They're doing stuff. Coverage Map Pro. You'll get Pro subscriptions everywhere, and Android is better than iPhone. Facts. Yeah, it's true. It is Coverage Map Pro. That is it. That is it. Visible is 100% the MVNO GOAT. All right. Most affordable plans available on the market today. Mobile X, man. Yeah, it's probably going to be, so Helium Mobile 0, this will come out to, let's say, $1.50 after you pay for your taxes and fees. Maybe it's more, maybe it's less. I think $1.50 is a reasonable estimate. Honestly, a really good value. Mobile X Custom, I have it listed as 0 because you're choosing your high speed, you're choosing your data. And honestly, I probably should remove this one because I have the other custom plans also listed. But Mobile X, realistically, you're probably looking at closer to like $4 or $5 as the most affordable option. Text Now can be free, and you just have the option to pay for an hour pass or a date pass that's $1 or $5. So it kind of depends on what your needs are. Then you've got Good to Go Mobile. This is one of the best, most affordable plans. $5 for a gig. It is an annual plan though. Red Pocket, they do have a 500 megabyte 12-month plan, but you should probably go with Good to Go Mobile because it's twice the data at 1 gig. Tello, also really great option for affordable plans. $5 for no data, 100 minutes and unlimited texts. Again, Tello, US Mobile Lite. Again, an annual plan, but $8, taxes and fees included for 2 gigs of high-speed data. These are the most affordable options. I mean, in my mind, there's not a whole lot that's cheaper. Just a note, text now is AT&T now. Oh, thank you so much. What did I have it listed as? I have text now listed as T-Mobile. Dang, I gotta switch that over. All right, this time, got a notebook, so I'll write down all the changes. Text now is now AT&T. It's wild how good the AT&T network has gotten in terms of MVNOs. Like it seems like AT&T has just opened the floodgates, given MVNOs some of the best pricing available. I guess I'll stick to Helium for now. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's still a good value. The changes, not happy that they're doing it. It kind of makes sense. But there you go. And yeah, Water River, you can absolutely port your Google Voice number to any carrier. It's wild. We did that. My mom did that by accident one time. It was kind of a funny story. She was trying to port her own number to a carrier called T-Mobile Mobile. This carrier no longer exists, but basically, I think it was one of those instances where it asked for like your contact number and then the number you wanted to port. Either the website form wasn't working properly or some information may have been misentered, but by accident, my mom ported our Google Voice number to an actual cell phone carrier. So we had to go and rescue it, but it is possible. It is possible. Yeah, Leica had a huge disagreement with T-Mobile and something about the contract renewal, the pricing, it wasn't a good fit, and they switched to AT&T. So Leica is on, I think AT&T now as well. Or maybe, yeah, I have T-Mobile written on my website, so I'll have to note to check that as well. I'm in the process of updating everything for 2026, and so far I've only gotten through some of the A's: Affinity, Cellular, All-VoIP wireless, and so I have so many plans to update. All right, I think we got to talk about T-Mobile because T-Mobile had a pretty big announcement. Oh, we got to talk about the funny side of T-Mobile. Two things for T-Mobile. Here, let me get this going. The first was what I posted, which I was upset but thought was kind of funny. And it was this. Price lock my ass. That's right. I just got an email that T-Mobile's made up regulatory and telco recovery fee is increasing by 50 cents per line per month. The core plan cost remains the same, but to me, it feels disingenuous to advertise a 5-year price lock when T-Mobile can literally change its made-up fee at any time. T-Mobile's customers' bills will be going up starting January 21st, 2026. And you can see right there the screenshot of the email. Reminds me a lot of Helium Mobile. Maybe Helium was doing this because T-Mobile did this, and they're like, oh, we can just fly under the radar. But yeah, the regulatory programs and telco recovery fee going up by 50 cents per line per month. If you have a lot of lines, that genuinely adds up. So if you got 4 lines, that's $2. That's an extra $48. No, that's an extra $24 per year. Not a whole lot, but still kind of annoying in my opinion. And yeah, this is a completely made up fee. I basically went to the T-Mobile website and they say this fee, it's not a government taxed or imposed by the government. Rather, it is collected and retained by T-Mobile. So T-Mobile is making up a number charging all of their customers this number and pocketing all of that revenue. It is literally going to T-Mobile's pockets. Now, they're saying it is to help recover certain costs we have already incurred and continue to incur. I mean, I think this is basically bullshit because T-Mobile, and forgive the language, the French, as my parents would say, forgive the French, T-Mobile included all taxes and fees on all of their plans for years. Magenta Max, Go 5G, Go 5G Plus, right? Those were all tax-inclusive plans. T-Mobile was Simple Choice. I think Simple Choice, T-Mobile One, it was John Ledger. He just included all taxes and fees. Like, they don't need to charge extra. They don't. And now they are. So definitely a carrier move. I personally felt pretty upset by this. Something about just seeing like a price lock guarantee. And then, like, for me, when I think of a price lock, I think of, oh, my price will not go up. And what did T-Mobile do? They increased the price. Like, yes, technically it's a fee, but it's a fee that they control, not government mandated. And yeah, I was just pretty upset by that. So if you want an actual plan with price lock, look, Visible, not only has Visible never raised prices, they include all taxes and fees in the price. So what you see is what you pay. If a promo expires, yeah, your plan's going to go up, but that's pretty clear. Tax and fees included, great value. We'll give a shout out to US Mobile, right? I use them as my carrier. Again, after the limited time promos expire, yeah, the plan is going to go back to its regular price, but the price is like, if you get unlimited starter today, $25, taxes and fees included. I don't think US Mobile is going to be raising that price. Like, my price hasn't gone up. Okay, you're might as well be locked in. Funny enough, Metro by T-Mobile, I feel like they were advertising a price lock at some time. Yeah, here we go. Your price is guaranteed for talk, text, and data. And guess what? Metro by T-Mobile includes all taxes and fees in the price. So not only, this is an actual price lock. Like, your price is guaranteed, and the plans include all taxes and fees. So what you see is what you will pay for the next 5 years. So I was pretty upset about T-Mobile and what they did there. To me, it feels disingenuous. I'm not happy about it. They did also announce a new plan. So let's pull that up now. This plan is called the Better Value Plan. Who is naming things over at T-Mobile? Where are the Magenta and Magenta Max people? Those were the good old days, okay? Now we've got Experience More, Experience Beyond, and Better Value? Who's naming these? Okay? All right, so what is the Better Value Plan and what's going on here? First, I think we gotta do a quick preliminary word of caution, okay? The Better Value Plan is a tax-exclusive plan, okay? I think this is a strategy T-Mobile is using to get legacy customers on those incredible, amazing, delicious Magenta Max, Simple Choice, tax-inclusive plans that haven't gone up in price to consider switching to this plan. Okay, the quote-unquote Better Value Plan. Doing that could potentially increase your price by, I don't know, $5 or $6 per line per month after those extra taxes and fees. So that is what I think this is, in my opinion. But that is the warning. That is the upfront warning. The plan itself, it does look interesting. So what are you getting here? First of all, you're getting unlimited premium data on T-Mobile's 5G network. That's going to be the same as Experience More and Experience Beyond. You're also getting unlimited hotspot data. Let me rephrase that. You are getting 250 gigs of high-speed usable hotspot data every month, and then you get unlimited hotspot data at speeds that make you want to throw your laptop against the wall. 600 kilobits per second is unusable. I have tried it. It's not a good time. It is not a good time. But 250 gigs is impressive. The same as the top tier Experience Beyond plan. You're also getting unlimited roaming in North America. Why is everything unlimited with limits? I think, man, the wireless industry sometimes. All right, you're getting 30 gigs of high-speed data in Mexico and Canada every month. Very impressive. And then basically unusable data after that. So you're getting limited North American data. It's my opinion there. 30 gigs of high-speed data abroad. This is actually some of the most international data T-Mobile has ever offered on a consumer plan. This is available in 215 countries and destinations. Twice the high-speed data, I believe, of their Experience Beyond plan. Let's go ahead, back on the best phone plan site. Let's pull up the plan that I'm thinking of so we can do the quick comparison. I am working on rebuilding this site, so we're going to make it way faster soon. Coming soon. The one good thing about the ridiculous plan name is if you just search Experience and you wait for a hot minute for the site to load, boom. T-Mobile is the only carrier that shows up because they're the only carrier with that name. All right, so we're talking about the better value plan. Again, it's matching the unlimited priority. It's matching the hotspot. It's going to have the 4K video. Take a look at the international, though. 5 gigs on Experience More, 15 gigs on Experience Beyond, and 30 gigs on the better value. Okay, so that is a genuine perk. You're also going to get satellite connectivity included. That is the same as Experience Beyond. The best entertainment bundle in wireless with Netflix and Hulu on us and Apple TV for just $3 a month. I think that is exactly the same as Experience Beyond as well. Let me go ahead and check that. If I do full details, do I list the perks out on this page? No. Almost. Excuse me. We can add these two to compare. And then if we compare now, hopefully this will give us the stats we are looking for. I'm probably number one most excited for how fast this will be. Yeah, Doxinator, 256 kilobits per second, can't do shit. You're absolutely right. Interesting. Max is saying that the better value is a great deal compared to Verizon and AT&T are offering, but legacy T-Mobile customers should definitely not touch it. I think it is a ploy to get legacy T-Mobile customers to switch. Curtis, welcome. Just got here during your live feed. Great to have you. Great to have you. All right. Let's remove the AT&T plan. I don't know how that snuck in there. Looking at perks. So we have Netflix Standard and Hulu with ads. So it's the same. And then Apple TV Plus is now $3 extra because of the price hike or the price increase for that. 5-year price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Well, we know what that is. An absolute, I'm not going to say it's a lie, but I feel it's misleading because it's saying the plan itself won't change. But guess what that excludes? The taxes and fees that T-Mobile literally just increased. So again, not happy about that. You can get home internet as backup for $10. 2-year device upgrades. This is actually a pretty big difference. So with T-Mobile's Experience Beyond plan, this guy, right? All the same features except half of the international data, and you can upgrade your phone every 1 year instead of every 2 years. Now, in my opinion, I would much rather upgrade my phone every year and get half the international data because I'm not traveling abroad that frequently. 15 gigs per month is going to be plenty for my normal usage no matter what. And I'm going to notice a device upgrade every year. I love that. But every 2 years on that better value plan. So kind of an interesting caveat there. Great deals now on new devices for those switching, including the latest smartphones on us with no trade-in required. This is often very similar to what you get on Experience More and Experience Beyond. So I don't think that's too much of a deal breaker right there. They're also advertising the T-Mobile Tuesdays. I've never used that. So, maybe it's a good value for you. Maybe it is a a better value for someone else. I think we got to give a shout out to the T-Mobile report. This is a site run by, gosh, I forget, J-Man, right? New plan, but is it really a better value? Yeah, J-Man 100, shout out to you. Thank you for all the tremendous work you do and for this industry and the reports you write. And you can see I don't have an ad blocker, so hopefully you enjoy some of that sweet ad revenue. And of course, the irony of reviewing cell phone plans is you sure as heck get targeted by the telecom brands. Anyway, the reason I'm going to J-Man's site here is he had this awesome graphic kind of walking you through the differences of the different plans, right? And the one thing we haven't talked about that we need to talk about is pricing. What does the better value plan cost? Well, it turns out it is not available for 1 or 2 lines. That's right. In order to get the better value plan, you have to have 3 or more lines. And not only that, I think at least 2 of those numbers need to be a number transfer. Here we go. It's available for new customers with 3 or more phone lines, switching at least 2 of those lines to T-Mobile. So that means you need, if you're a new customer and you want this plan, you need to port 2 numbers to T-Mobile and activate a total of at least 3 lines, okay? So this is not for everyone. It is kind of an exclusive offer. And if you're an existing customer, you need to have 3 or more lines and have been with T-Mobile for 5 or more years. Again, in my opinion, likely targeting those customers that have tax-inclusive plans that are likely a better overall value and price than the new plan that T-Mobile is calling, quote-unquote, a better value. Again, I think that is ridiculous. Anyway, again, shout out to J-Man, the T-Mobile report. If you want T-Mobile news, go to the T-Mobile report. It is a fantastic site. In fact, I'll put this whole article in the chat right now so you can take a look at it, browse it, bookmark it, send it to your friends, print it out, frame it, whatever you do with articles these days. Again, so if it's starting at $30 for 3 lines, that's going to put you at $90 a month before taxes and fees. Compare that to Experience More. That is, I can't even, is it 85 plus 55? Is it just that simple? 140. So that means better value is significantly cheaper than Experience More. Wait, yeah, for 3 lines. That's actually crazy. 140 a month versus 90 a month. And then Experience Beyond is 170 a month for 3 lines versus 90 a month. Okay, maybe T-Mobile is cooking here. Maybe this actually is a really good plan. I'm liking this a little bit better. Let's go ahead and take a look at the multi-line pricing. Honestly, I think the best way to do that is my site. I am, of course, pretty biased here, but let's go ahead and remove that. Perfect. And let's just bump up the lines. Let's say 4-line pricing. All right, so 4-line pricing, if we take a look here, it'll be 4 times $30 a line. Am I reading that right? I think so. Yeah, lines 3 to 8, $30 a line with autopay. So 4 lines is going to be $120. If we look at, dang, Experience More is $170. Experience Beyond is $215. So the better value plan, to its credit, is a way better value than the other plans T-Mobile is offering. That is funny. That's actually ridiculous. Experience Beyond, I think it is priced this way because it includes those device upgrades every single year. So kind of interesting that by simply upgrading every 2 years, you can save a significant amount of money per month. That's wild. That's actually wild. And again, the same perks. You're missing Hulu on the mid-tier Experience More plan. Wow. Yeah, I'm actually shocked. I wasn't sure what to expect going into it, but looking at the multi-line pricing, I mean, that's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. You're saving real money. $120 a month versus $170. $50 a month in savings. That is $600 per year you are saving for a better plan with the same 2-year device upgrades, better streaming service perks, better international roaming perks. That's awesome. One thing I haven't seen answered. Is the cost for tablet and smartwatch lines. You'll notice something I have noted on the Best Phone Plan site is Experience Beyond is getting a watch add-on for $5 versus $12 and a tablet line add-on for $5 versus $20. So will these discounted prices carry over to the better value plan? I'm not sure. If we search for smartwatch, nothing. Tablet, nothing. We'll have to find out in a couple days because this is launching on January 14th. But dang, that's actually crazy. That is genuinely crazy. And you might be wondering, well, how do these plans stack up against Verizon and AT&T? Well, lucky for you, we can do that. And man, I wish the new site was live because we could do this so much faster on the new site. But we're going to do Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile, and we're going to see quickly how things stack up. And let's just make sure the data is unlimited. That should filter out at least some of those. Okay, it's not perfect. Oh, and the discounts, we got to get rid of everything. All right, we're looking at regular pricing. And I think we have too many lines selected, that's why. So for one line, oh, you can't even get it for one line, so forget that. 3 lines, this is where the interesting comparison starts. Again, it's $90. So if you're thinking of switching to T-Mobile, you could either get the $90 Essentials plan, which is a steaming pile of garbage, maybe a garbage can that is on fire, some might say. It is awful. This is a horrible plan. Unlimited, but it's deprioritized, unusable hotspot, 480p video, and what are even these international features? Okay, just a terrible plan. Instead of this, you could get literally T-Mobile's best plan ever. That is compelling. That is compelling. And that's going to be a way better value than AT&T Value Plus, than AT&T Unlimited Starter, than Unlimited Extra, than Verizon Unlimited Plus. Like, T-Mobile will be crushing it with this plan from a value perspective compared to these postpaid plans. I'm actually concerned this might be the new best value in the industry. And I'm not happy to say that. But wow. That's nuts. The other question is, like, what tier of device trade-ins will this plan be eligible for? I know Experience More, for example, is generally eligible for about $800 to $830 off devices. That'll get you that free iPhone 17. And if you go with Experience Beyond, then you're generally eligible for higher credit, maybe $1,000 off, get that free iPhone 17 Pro, or a Pro Max for like $100 is generally what we've been seeing. So what will the better value plan include? I'm not sure. They're saying over $1,000 in savings. I mean, I'm not going to do the math and try and disagree with that, but I will remind you, you are only saving money if you are actually using the features from before, okay? And T-Mobile can be lumping in things like satellite connectivity, which, let's be real, none of us have used for the past 20 years because it wasn't here, and we were totally fine. So are you really saving money? No, I would disagree with that. Are you getting potentially a nice value add that could come in handy? Yeah, absolutely. It's supposedly $140 for 3 lines. Tommy, my question for you is, where are you getting this information? Like what I'm seeing here, $30 a line, $90. Lines 3 to 8, $30 a line with autopay. I mean, this is the information I have. Maybe this is mistaken. Maybe I'm mistaken here, and that would be on me. But at least that's what I'm seeing from the T-Mobile report. Yeah, they don't seem to really mention the pricing here. That seems like a kind of a critical miss on T-Mobile's part for a new plan that they're advertising as a better value. It's on their website. Read a paragraph up. Oh man. You guys are totally right. I totally missed it. This is why you're here. It starts at $140 a month for 3 lines. That's going to make it a way worse value than I was saying before. $140 a month. I mean, that's the same as Experience More. So you can effectively upgrade your plan for the same price. Makes Essentials a little bit more compelling at $90. It will give you more features than AT&T, but ultimately AT&T Unlimited Starter will still be cheaper and still meet the needs of most people. I'll be curious how it stacks up, and also what this pricing means. Like, I'm reading this as $30 a line, but obviously that's not true. So interesting. What's the point of better value in a world with Experience More? Tommy, that is a fantastic question. The truth is probably most people don't need it. I mean, realistically, let's assume it's the same price, right? $140 for Experience More, $140 for this better value plan. You would upgrade your hotspot from 60 gigs to 250. Do most people need that? No, not at all. You do get 6 times more international data, going from 5 gigs to 30 gigs. You get double the data in Canada and Mexico. That could be potentially a big value add. Yet to be determined on the cost of adding a watch and tablet line. And you do get Hulu included, which is something that Experience More does not include. I'm so curious what the pricing is for 4 lines, though. All right, let's go to the T-Mobile site. Can we compare plans? Probably not. It's probably not available. Like, why do they announce it so far in advance? See more plans. Can I select plan? Can I compare plans? See more plans. Essential Saver. Awesome. Oh, here we have to click this small compare all benefits. No, it's not live yet. It's not live. The name is a trap. Yeah, you guys are bringing up good points. If you're an existing customer and you have the insider discount, you're already getting 20% off. You probably are getting 20% off a tax-inclusive plan. So that's like extra savings on top of savings there. Yeah, no free lines. Ooh, that's brutal. No free lines and no insider discount transfer over. So that is tough. That is tough. I see you guys are just screaming at me to scroll up. Tommy, I appreciate the shout out. Yeah, $140 a month. So then does that make let's just assume, so if 3 lines is $140, back on the T-Mobile report here, does that make this $170 for 4? I think it would make it, yeah, $170 for 4. That seems to make sense for me. Let's go back here and say, what is 4 lines? Boom. All right, 4 lines, unlimited starter, still super affordable. Experience More. It sounds like it's the same price as Experience More is what they've done. They've made a better plan, the same price as Experience More, but you're only eligible for it. So it's really for new customers or for legacy customers who, I don't know, are making a grave mistake. Like, if you're a legacy customer and you have free lines, you shouldn't upgrade, period. It's not worth it. If you're a legacy customer and you're getting a T-Mobile insider discount, you shouldn't upgrade. It's probably not going to be worth it. If you're a legacy customer and somehow you don't have free lines and you don't have an insider discount and you're like, yeah, I need these extra features and it's, a negligible price increase, maybe. I think with the extra taxes and fees alone, it's probably not going to be worth it for anyone. That's my hot take. The only reason you might consider it is the device promotions. If you're on a T-Mobile plan and somehow the math works out where you're not eligible for those best device promotions, it could make sense to consider switching. But you really got to run the numbers. You got to run the numbers. And then I think, as Max pointed out earlier in the stream, and again, shout out to Max. If you're not following his channel, be sure to check him out. Compared to Verizon and AT&T, T-Mobile's plan will be a really good plan, like an insane value, right? A free phone every 2 years, likely eligible for the best device upgrades. You're getting, instead of 30 gigs of hotspot or 60 gigs of hotspot, you'd be getting 250 gigs of hotspot. Am I even saying that right? That's nuts. Yeah, 250 gigabytes of high-speed mobile hotspot data, 4K video, superb international features. Like, it'll be better than Verizon and AT&T from a feature perspective. The streaming services and all that. And Verizon and AT&T, they charge extra for taxes and fees as well. So it's more of a fair comparison there. But for your legacy T-Mobile lines, I don't think it's going to be worth upgrading. I don't think it's going to be worth upgrading at all. Also, I noticed we have some more people here. Over 225 of you are watching the stream right now. And just wanted to make sure people were aware that the Coverage Map website, you can download the free app. I'm promoting it on this stream, on every stream. But we launched in more countries. So I was looking at Spain earlier. We launched in over 30 countries now, which is insane. You can go ahead and check what data is available. Brazil, to be honest, I have no idea where this is. Here we go. Wow, we actually have data in Brazil. Is this also... No, it's not going to be Claro. Okay. Interesting. So you can kind of see what coverage is like. Obviously, the new countries we just turned on are not going to have a whole lot of data points, but they're available. People in those countries can contribute. France. See, we got some data points in France. Wow, Paris actually has a surprising amount of data points in there. 500 down. That's really good. Free. I don't know how to speak French. Boyes, Orange, SFR. So cool to see. So if you're interested in cellular coverage, be sure to check out the Coverage Map site. Everything is live. Iceland. I was actually in Iceland somewhat recently. Ho, this would be fun. I feel like Iceland is a small enough country where you start driving around and you can map out a lot. Who are the carriers? Nova, Simin, and Syn, Syn, S-Y-N. I like Nova as a network name. That's pretty cool. Very cool. Anyway, yeah, all the filters work. The date filters, the download speeds, upload speeds, the best carrier view. Super cool. So it's in 30 countries. Be sure to check it out. Canada, of course, for all you Canadians. Look at that. Canada is getting mapped out like crazy. That's wild. You guys are wild. All right, I just wanted everyone to be aware. So I hope that is helpful. And the app is free. The website's free. Check it out. Go check it out. Dang. Tommy, I don't know how you do this. Go 5G next. 6 lines and a watch for $120. Get out of here. I'm paying like $250 for... Am I on Experience? I'm probably on Experience more, and it's not good. It's not a good time. Peter, thank you so much. You rock, bro. Peter, you rock. Boom. Is Trump Mobile available in Greenland? I hope not. I hope not. No, it is a T-Mobile MVNO. It's available in the U.S. only. They do offer international calling in some capacity. Yeah, not by bots. Absolutely right. Single person. I don't need all these multi-line discounts. I have the Visible Plus Pro with the 26-month deal on one eSIM in the US, $167 a year. US Mobile, $167 a year on the other eSIM. Done and dusted. LOL. Yeah, that is incredible. 3 free lines plus a load of bill credits. Oh, I wish. A kid could dream. I should have been buying T-Mobile lines and service in the past, preparing for this moment in time when I need it. Go 5G plus 55 plan. That's probably a good plan as well. What is a ping in reference to a speed test? Yeah, Bill Castle, great question. So a ping is like when you ping a server, your phone just sends a packet of information to the server and it comes back. And it's how long it takes for that information to hit the server and then go back to the phone. And a lower ping, 10 milliseconds, 12 milliseconds, 20 milliseconds, maybe 30 milliseconds, indicates a very fast connection to the server. So your internet experience will feel fast, responsive, snappy. This will be when you're browsing the web. If you're playing an online game, having that lower latency makes a big difference. If you have a higher latency, 100 milliseconds, 120 milliseconds, 140 milliseconds, if you're a Boost Mobile subscriber who's roaming on AT&T, you know what I'm talking about. Then your online experience may feel a little bit slower, or there's more lag or jitter. This is where someone's audio could become desynchronized from their video if you're doing a video call, things like that. So that is what a ping is, and I hope that is helpful. And hopefully you can Google more to learn an even better explanation. All right, let me see if I missed any chats. I think we got all the super chats. J688EN is asking about OnePay wireless. And Tommy just says, stay away. Let me see, Gabriel. Let me see if I can find your other one. Not by bots. T-Mobile can suck canal water. Only the network is good. Yeah, that's fair. I haven't been happy with some of their recent changes, but their network has been impressive. It is one of the best networks where I live. All right, Curtis, my question is, I joined Visible only because of you, through you, appreciate you. I had just a hell of a 6 days with Visible's customer service, despite me paying for my second full year back in August. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. I know sometimes people can have issues on Visible, but ideally not. Hopefully you're able to get it resolved. Gregory, I don't even know why I'm here, because thanks to you, I have unlimited premium or whatever US Mobile calls for $167 on Black Friday. That is so good. That is probably one of the best deals the wireless industry has ever seen. I think we got to give Gregory a shout out for snagging that deal and promotion, because it was so insane. How is Verizon? $25 per line for 4 phones. That one is a good promotion. So two options, right? Option 1, you could go with Visible. And Visible's Verizon network, great plan, great price. You could do maybe Visible Plus, $26, unlimited premium data, 4 lines. It'd be $104 a month, taxes and fees included. Okay, fantastic value. The problem, this does not include a phone. So the phone would be extra. If you shop a phone from Visible, let's say you just want your, we'll appease Tommy because he's been awesome this chat. Let's say you want your affordable Android phone, a Pixel 10, okay? Everyone in your family wants a Pixel 10. You can finance it. It's going to be $22.19 a month, plus the $26 for the actual phone service. So all of a sudden you're looking at 22 plus 26, $48 per line per month for a phone and service. Now, normally that's actually a great value, and that's a great value for a single line, for 2 lines, and likely for 3 lines. But when it comes to 4 lines, Verizon's promotion, where you can get 4 lines with 4 iPhone 17s. Oh man, do you guys remember like 2 weeks ago when this was 4 iPhone 17 Pros? That was insane. You can get 4 lines with no trade-in needed. So automatically, this is saving you the device cost of $22.19 a month, give or take. So that saves you in times 4, right? So let's say it saves you $100 a month getting this promotion versus configuring a similar plan for yourself. So Verizon's offer is a really good value, and it's specifically a good value because there's no trade-in needed. It's a good value. Now, is it a good plan? No. It's for unlimited welcome. Unlimited welcome is simply not a good plan. You would get significantly better features and perks with Visible's plan. What do you get with Visible? Honestly, I think the best way is just to show you. So I'll just clear that and do Visible Plus here. So Visible Plus, the monthly one, again, $26 a month with that promo code. Instead of deprioritized data, you're getting unlimited priority data. Does unlimited welcome have hotspot? I think it's like 2 gigs. Hang on, let's find out. Let's reset this selection, add Visible Plus, and the only plan that has welcome in the name is Verizon's plan, so we can do that and compare. All right, let's see how these stack up. Tommy, consider me appeased. We appreciate you, Tommy. We appreciate you. Although, funny enough, I don't know if you listen to the Waveform podcast, but Andrew on there got the OnePlus 10, the Pixel 10. Wow, I was just like reading someone else's comment. He got the Pixel 10 and was upset because the iPhone this year came with, instead of 128 gigs, right? So the Pixel 10, base storage, 128 gigs. The iPhone 17 base storage is 256. So that was a pretty cool move for the iPhone. A bummer for Pixel 10 users. Samsung users, I'm sure is totally fine because Samsung usually is pretty good on the storage front, especially when devices first launch. Anyway, I just wanted to compare these two plans because even though you're getting the free phone with Verizon, the plan is just not as good. All right, both have unlimited data, but Visible is unlimited priority data and unlimited welcome is deprioritized. Hotspot, oh man, I was mistaken. It is a paid add-on. It is a paid add-on if you want hotspot. Visible gives you unlimited hotspot at 10 megabits per second. Video streaming, 1080p on Visible, 480p on Verizon unlimited welcome. $15 to add a watch versus $10 to add a watch. Now, Verizon does support tablets, which Visible does not, so that could be worth keeping in mind. Unlimited welcome does have better international texting, 200 destinations versus just Canada and Mexico. International calling, both are honestly not great, either $10 extra or just to Canada and Mexico. Roaming in Canada and Mexico is the same, 2 gigs a day with unlimited talk and text. International is way better on Visible Plus, 1 free day per month with the ability to accumulate up to 12 free days per year. Verizon unlimited welcome, you have to pay for it. $10 for 3 days, and you're getting 2 gigs of high-speed data per day. So they're different. I will mention, I riff on hotspot a lot because I think it's a feature most people, well, maybe it's a feature most people don't need, but it's a feature I need, I like it, and that is a make or break for me. We do have to give Verizon credit, though, because even though unlimited welcome does not have hotspot included, wait, hang on, let's go back for 1 second. Why does the mobile plans look like a weight scale? You know what I mean? Like this looks like a Withings scale. Hang on. A Withings smart scale. You see what I mean? Like with the cross little thing at the top? Like what is going on, Verizon? Maybe it's supposed to be a badge with an eye. Anyway, mobile plans. They have an add-on that unlimited welcome customers can get, and it is 100 gigs of hotspot for $10 extra. So during those months where you need hotspot, or if there's a certain line in your family that needs hotspot, you can grab it for only $10 extra, and that is honestly a great deal. That is a great deal. Gives you flexibility. It gives you an absolutely enormous amount of hotspot data when you need it and if you need it. And $10 is totally reasonable for that. So I can't complain too much. And again, I think my message here is the overall value is good, even if the plan itself is not necessarily the best plan. So that's what I would say. Even if you don't need hotspot, it's always amazing to have it if your home internet randomly takes a dump. Yeah, I hate it when that happens. Here we go. Enemy Scars. Advice from going from a prepaid Mint plan that expires in October to a monthly plan like US Mobile. I'd like to take advantage of Black Friday offers in November. Wow, you're already thinking ahead. You are thinking well and ahead. I mean, my advice, honestly, if you're on an annual plan like Mint, you're going to have to forfeit something. We typically see carriers offering their best deals Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and throughout all of December, okay? So, I see the problem. Your plan expires in October. Here's what I would consider doing. You're on Mint, so I'm assuming T-Mobile is good in your area. We'll do two things here. First, give you advice. Second, give a shout out. There is a carrier called Helium Mobile. Tello genuinely does offer fantastic service on the T-Mobile network. They've got a great website. It works. Really nice customer service. Unfortunately, the reason I haven't been mentioning them that much is you can often get more data at a better price from other carriers. Still, Tello is very good. So in your case, Enemy Scars, I highly suggest you consider switching to Tello right before your Mint plan expires in October. Grab what you need here. I'm going to assume, if you need unlimited, go unlimited. If you need less, go less. But grab Tello for like a month. That'll put you into November. And then you're going to be eligible to take advantage of a Black Friday offer from US Mobile if they're offering one. Now, I'm rereading your comment and you're saying a monthly plan. And honestly, monthly plans, they don't go on promo as much. Visible probably is the best one right now with their Switch 26 promotion. And that does genuinely reduce the cost of their month-to-month plans. US Mobile, I borderline recommend just switching to US Mobile directly because their monthly unlimited starter plan, we generally don't see that going on sale. Unlimited premium, it's a fantastic plan, potentially overkill for what you need. And that's only been as low as $35 month to month. And then the annual plans are where the real savings are. So if you do want month to month, maybe you hop on Tello for a month. They're still a great value and you can evaluate the options. But honestly, you might be just able to switch to US Mobile directly. Like I'm on unlimited starter. It's been $25. I don't think I've missed any promotions on the month version or the month to month version of this plan. It's really the annual plans that get the best discounts because the carriers get your money up front and they tend to really like that. Chris to the Great One. October is perfect timing for the best Apple iPhone 18 deals. I would say, I think September is a little bit better. Like generally, in my opinion, when the iPhones first launch is when you do see some of the best promotions. The one exception, I think, is Verizon. I think Verizon has trained their customers that Black Friday, it might as well be Red Friday. Like it is the day Verizon offers the best promotions, period. We saw them doing a full, I think it was like $1,200 off the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Like you could walk into the Verizon store, trade in your old phone and get a free 17 Pro Max. So that's Red Friday bad. I guess Black Friday. You know what I mean though. It is Verizon Friday. It's Verizon Friday. Like they go all out that weekend. Someone was asking about unlimited flex. I mean, we have the site up and it's right here. 10 gigs of high-speed data for $17.50 a month. I do recall we talked about this, and I actually think there are some better options than unlimited flex now. So you can get about 10 gigs of data for $15, give or take. So let's go back here, reset this, 10 gigs. What are the cheapest options? All right, we have the sponsored ones. Boom, Mobile X, $15 for 10 gigs plus tax, so pretty similar. Leica Mobile, 12 gigs. This is only a 3-month. The actual best one, the two best ones, I think, from the last stream, Smartless Mobile. They have a plan, $15, which is on sale for $10 a month for your first 6 months. You get 10 gigs of high-speed data, then the data stops, which is a little bit of a bummer. You can use up to 5 gigs of that as hotspot data, 480p video, and surprisingly decent international options as well. Helium Mobile Air, another top contender. I think this promotion has unfortunately expired. Let me make a note of that. Update Helium promo. But $15 a month. Again, 10 gigs of high-speed data before data stops, 5 gigs of hotspot, and this is, again, on the T-Mobile network. So both of those, I think, are really good plans that are potentially an even better value than US Mobile. Red Pocket's got one too, but I'd probably go with US Mobile over Red Pocket. Those are my takes. Also worth noting, yeah, unlimited flex is annual only, whereas Smartless and Helium are month to month, and Mobile X is month to month as well. So that is really nice to see if you want something monthly. So unlimited flex isn't really a flex. Yeah, you're right. It's very rigid. It is unlimited, stiff as a board, stiff as a 2x4. Is what it is. Vincential, we talked about the upcoming better value plan from T-Mobile. If you missed that part of the stream, feel free to go back and rewatch it. I'll summarize it here in as quickly as possible. If you are an existing T-Mobile customer, high probability the new better value plan is not worth it. Why? 3 reasons. Taxes and fees are extra, free lines will not carry over, and you're going to miss out on the 20% insider discount code that you may have grabbed for being a loyal T-Mobile customer. So those are 3 big reasons why you should likely stick with your current T-Mobile plan as opposed to switching to better value. Now, if you're a new customer, it sounds like better value is effectively going to give you more hotspot data, more international data, and better streaming perks at the same price as Experience More if you have 3 or 4 lines. So if you're switching a family over, it'll be a good option to consider, but not necessarily the end of the world if you don't get it. Tyler Forte. Hi, Stetson. Hi, Tyler. How you doing today? What do you think of the FCC changes allowing Verizon to change their unlock policy beyond 60 days? We did touch on this. I can pull it up. Personally, I dislike it, but I also don't know the full story. Like, I feel like there's someone more educated than I am who has the details. So we were looking at this earlier, a tweet from Sneed kind of highlighting the document from the FCC. The key point is Verizon will be able to unlock their handsets with similar unlocking policies as to T-Mobile and AT&T. Why has the FCC decided to do this? You know, I'm not 100% sure of the reasoning. However, it sounds like one component of the thinking was that Verizon stated it saw a spike in fraud of approximately 55% after TracFone moved from its earlier policy of a 1-year lock to Verizon's 60-day unlock policy. So it sounds like it caused an increase in fraud. I don't feel like I know the full details. but it seems silly to me because I feel like if you're going to commit fraud, you can get unlocked phones online, on eBay. Like, there are so many sources for unlocked phones. So I'm surprised or unsure how come TracFone was targeted. And I'm sure there's probably a great explanation for that I'm unaware of. But I'm pretty disappointed with this. Like, I would have preferred if the FCC made it so that AT&T and T-Mobile had to unlock their phones after 60 days as well. And I think that would have been so much better. Because the thing is, when you have an unlocked phone, you can do dual SIM. You can add a SIM. Like, you can have a Verizon line and a T-Mobile line. You can have a Visible line and a Mint line. Like, it's just so much better. You travel abroad, you can get international eSIMs. So, in my opinion, getting unlocked phones is way better. I truthfully do not understand the correlation between an unlocked device and fraud. Like, if someone's going to commit fraud, like, aren't they just going to get an unlocked device anyway? Like, to me, I don't understand. Maybe there were specific device promotions or things such as that, but yeah, no, I'm unsure. Not a fan. Oh yeah, we got to give Tello the shout out. Great call, Omar. Tello is doing, honestly, an insane promotion right now as well. You can get the unlimited plan. Let's see. Unlimited for $10 a month for your first 6 months. So for $60, you get Tello's unlimited plan for 6 months, nationwide coverage, 10 gigs of hotspot, and it comes with 50 gigs of high-speed data. So Tello they do show it on their site. If you just go to plans and then you scroll down, data speed is reduced after 50 gigs. So it's a 50 gig plan. Still, that is plenty for most people. And to get that for only $10 a month for your first 6 months, and that's monthly, like, there's no commitment. You could leave afterwards. That is insane. And only $25 full price. Is it as good as Mint's plan? I think Mint is a little bit better, right? Truly unlimited for 15 for a full year. That's really good. That's really, really good. But Tello they've got good service as well, so they deserve the shout out. Yeah. I run into a lot of people who would like to add another eSIM to their phone because they go to that one spot that carrier doesn't have coverage or to do international. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, to me, it's ridiculous. I would love to have more unlocked devices. Yeah. Tommy, I'm with you. I seriously doubt the amount of fraud that Verizon saw had anything to do with their device unlock policy. I think, as I stated earlier in the stream, it appears that Verizon is presenting a correlation. To me, I'm not sure if there was any causation, right? TracFone might be susceptible to more fraud than other brands, for example, for whatever reason. But yeah. Gabriel, let me see here. Here we go. I have to go. Have a great night. Really quickly, can you look at my question I sent a few minutes ago? Wait, we're just going back in time. Gabriel, is there any way you can copy and paste your question again? Or retype it out, and I will find it and answer it. Oh, here we go. Hey, Stetson, really quick, how bad is coverage on a phone without N71 on T-Mobile? Looking to import, but that's the only missing band, and I travel in rural and dense areas. Candidly, I have no idea. I'm trying to think how you would even decipher that, but I don't know. My understanding is N71 is a lot of low band 5G coverage. If you're on N71, you're probably not getting the best speeds, but I think N71 could be used as like an anchor band, and that could potentially help improve 5G coverage. So I don't know. I truthfully don't know. I wish I had better information. You might just want to go for it and find out. That might be the way to do it. Yeah, hopefully that helps. Curious, someone saying the Xiaomi 17 Pro, should I import? No, the Honor Win. Not by bots is saying you need N71 for rural. Trevor's commenting, that's pretty bad. N71 is pretty important for T-Mobile. I mean, I think everyone is right. I wouldn't know until I tried it, so I'd be curious. The Honor win. Xiaomi 17 Pro. We'll find out. We'll find out. Can you compare US Mobile Unlimited Starter versus Unlimited Premium? What's the difference? Oh my gosh. iPhone 17 or iPhone Air, which one do you recommend? I think Tommy nailed it. iPhone 17 greater than caret iPhone Air. Yeah. Of course, not to forget the full order of operations. It is Android, any Android phone, then the iPhone 17, and then the iPhone Air. So, yeah, R.S. Smith, the reason I laughed at this is this question is asking us to compare 6 different cell phone plans. Why do I say that? Because US Mobile offers unlimited starter and unlimited premium on AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon, and it turns out the plan features are different across all the networks. So here's what we'll do. We'll take it coverage by coverage. So let's do data unlimited. Get out of here. Unlimited, and then US Mobile. I think that all perfect. Perfect. We're looking good. We're just going to do network by network, and we're going to get rid of regular price. Perfect. One line coverage. Let's start with the AT&T network. So US Mobile Unlimited Starter Dark Star. So Dark Star is what US Mobile calls its AT&T network. The difference between Starter and Premium on AT&T, Starter is deprioritized. Premium has priority data. Starter comes with 20 gigs of hotspot. Premium comes with 100 gigs of full speed hotspot, 100 gigs at 8 megabits per second hotspot, and then unlimited at 600 kilobits per second, which, as we have established during this live stream, is basically unusable. Both will give you full 4K video streaming if you enable the data waster mode from your account settings. When it comes to international features, paid add-on with the monthly version, but these get included in the annual version. So when you go to US Mobile's site and you're looking at the promotions, this unlimited starter plan includes those international features. Unlimited premium, same international texting. It'll be the same international calling if you do monthly, paid add-on if you do annual included. Instead of 1 gig in Canada and Mexico, you will get 20 gigs in Canada and Mexico. And instead of 1 gig in 67 countries, I actually think this has been increased to like 80 countries-ish. But instead of 1 gig, you'll get 20 gigs. And this comes with 200 minutes and 250 texts. So that is AT&T. If we pop over to T-Mobile, oh, you know what? It's not showing up for unlimited because it's technically not. Oh, maybe I just didn't sponsor it. That's why. Anyway, on the T-Mobile network. So T-Mobile calls, US Mobile calls their T-Mobile network Lightspeed. So if you're signing up for Lightspeed, that's what you'd get. You'll notice instead of getting unlimited high-speed data, you're getting 70 gigs on starter. You're still getting truly unlimited on unlimited premium. Both of these are deprioritized. And worth noting, I think 70 gigs is plenty for most people. This is basically the plan I have, but on the Verizon network. 10 gigs of hotspot versus 50. 4K video streaming on both. International features, again, pretty similar to before. Paid add-ons or included with the annual plan. And then this is free, say like same international texting, international calling, and instead of 1 gig, you're getting 20 gigs in Canada and Mexico as well as abroad. And if we pop over to the Verizon network, you can see pretty much the same story here. Instead of 70 gigs, instead of unlimited, it is 70 gigs also on Warp, which is what US Mobile calls Verizon. So 70 gigs of high speed on starter versus unlimited on premium. Deprioritized on starter versus priority data on premium. 10 gigs of hotspot versus 50. Both will give you 720p video streaming, and the same story with those international features. Again, 20 gigs in Canada and Mexico versus 1 gig, 20 gigs in 125 countries versus just 1 gig. So those are kind of the differences. I think for most people, most of the time, unlimited starter is the way to go. This specific plan right here is the plan that I am on, US Mobile Unlimited Starter Warp on the Verizon network, and 70 gigs is beyond enough for me. So that's what I have. And again, I think that's what most people should consider. If you do need more than 70 gigs, that's you're like, okay, I want to look at the AT&T network because that is where the starter plan comes with the unlimited high-speed data. But I hope that is helpful. Cool. Thanks. You're most welcome. You are most welcome. Hi, Stetson. What is a good plan for 2 lines on the T-Mobile network for light data usage, YouTube, and music? Christian, that is a fantastic question. Honestly, on the T-Mobile network right now, here, I think the website has all the answers. You're probably going to want somewhere between like at least 10 gigs. Let's just reset this, do regular price, do data like 10 gigs, lines, 2 lines, coverage, T-Mobile. Look, I guess I don't really have, I'm like filtering something. Hang on, data, that's what's going on. Oh, I guess we can do like up. There we go. Bam. Let's actually just do 1 line. Look, the reason is if you have 2 lines, the 1 line prices are what you're looking at. I think Smartless Mobile could be a good move if you want something affordable, $10 a month for 6 months, 10 gigs of data. T-Mobile coverage, that seems pretty reasonable. If you want more data, I think you're going to want to look at US Mobile Unlimited Starter Lightspeed, 25 for 70. But honestly, if you're looking at $25, you should just go with Mint, right? If you can afford the annual the annual monthly payment. If you can afford the annual upfront payment, $180, then that net cost, $15 a month for truly unlimited data, I mean, that is unbeatable. That is one of the best value plans on the T-Mobile network. That's going to be better than Tello, better than Smartless, better than Boost, better than the other Mint plan. Yeah, it's just phenomenal. Helium Mobile. Nah, I would do like a little more. Yeah, no, nothing beats that. US Mobile Unlimited Premium, it's pretty good, but I don't think you need that much data. Lol, the Trump plan, that's funny to see. Google Fi, wait, is the Mint Unlimited plan here? Did I scroll past it? I probably did. I think it's $30 a month. What? Where did it go? Oh, I probably have the annual option ticked off. That's why. That's why. Annual. Boom. Yeah. I mean, immediately, it's just so good. $15 for a year. Unlimited high speed. 20 gigs of hotspot. International support is okay, but you're not often looking for that at that price. So that's what I would do. I would consider one of like Smartless, Helium are probably really good options to look at if you want something with lower data. US Mobile could be a great pick as well. Unlimited starter. I mean, US Mobile Unlimited Starter with the current promo, $16.60 a month. This is fantastic. And then Mint's plan is also fantastic. I'd probably lean towards Mint personally. Hey, which plan is the cheapest for 1 line of unlimited premium data priority? Caleb, the answer is Visible Plus, $26 a month. Wait, you can do even better. It's the Total Wireless BYOD. I would personally sign up for Visible over Total Wireless. I think Visible has a way better app at this point. But you asked for the cheapest, and so I'm giving you the unfiltered answer. So if you bring your own device to Total Wireless, you can get the Total 5G plan, which comes with unlimited priority data for $25 a month, taxes and fees included. And this isn't like you'll just get locked into that price. Yeah. The one thing I will say, the website and app when I last used Total were not quite as good. And so I would personally lean towards Visible for $1 extra, but this is a great deal as well. Christian, you are most welcome, my friend. US Mobile shows T-Mobile QCI is at 7. How reliable is that for someone looking into getting unlimited started with Lightspeed? You're going to be totally fine, Mike. I used, so fun fact, Mint, right? The plan I recommend. This plan is fantastic. This is at QCI 7. Metro's at QCI 7. T-Mobile Essentials is at QCI 7. Most people on the T-Mobile network, I think, are likely on QCI 7. It is totally fine. The T-Mobile network is just so fast, right? So if you go to map.coveragemap.com. All right, we need to go back to the United States. Love that we put a search bar there. Thank goodness. We'll zoom into my general vicinity, Longmont, Colorado, just to show you color profile, best carrier. It is pink. It is pink and red. T-Mobile has such a fast network. The QCI value matters a lot less because it just has so much capacity and such fast speeds. So you're going to get a very useful connection. I've used QCI 7 on T-Mobile, and it's totally fine. I think you're going to be fine. I wouldn't worry about it at all. There might be certain times of day or niche areas around the country where it can make a difference, but I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, boom. Ruby, red like shark. I use US Mobile Lightspeed, also QCI 7, and I can pull gig speeds often on it. It's great. Yeah, you're going to be good to go. All right. Guys, you are fantastic. Kogaffer. I have US Mobile, the 2 gig plan on Warp, but need unlimited for a few weeks. Should I go unlimited with US Mobile for a month or try to do a month with a different carrier? I think simplicity-wise, it'll be easier to stick with US Mobile. Do you need truly unlimited, or do you need, for a few weeks? If it's a few weeks, I'd probably just stick with US Mobile. Like, switching carriers is kind of a hassle, and I think just upgrading for a month is going to be a little bit easier than switching and then switching back. That said, could be worth switching to Visible. It just depends, because like on US Mobile, if you needed truly unlimited on Verizon, you'd have to pay the $44 a month for premium, so that's kind of expensive. If you wanted to, you could pop over to Visible and grab the Visible Plus plan. So there you go. Yeah, I think I am going to end it. The thing is, I caught up on Stranger Things, and I've been watching Suits, and it's fantastic, and I kind of want to do that. So yeah, I think I might end up. Yeah, real Arnav Gupta, you're absolutely correct. Ultra Mobile, I actually have a test Ultra Mobile line that they sent over. It is basically the same service. It's the same service. It's T-Mobile service, QCI 7. They do have better international features and better international calling specifically. If you can get more data for less, definitely check them out. I will mention, it sounds like you're looking at roughly a $15-ish plan. And one of the things we were just looking at here is the best $15 plans. Worth noting, on the T-Mobile network, $15 you can get 10 gigs from Smartless, and this is $10 a month for 6 months. Also, Helium Mobile Air, $15 a month for 10 gigs. Unfortunately, this promo has ended, but both of those are going to be really great options as well. Yeah, Suits is a good one. All right, we're going to end it. You guys are amazing. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for tuning in, showing up to the live stream. Again, we got to end this with an announcement. CoverageMap.com has gone international. If you're curious about what network has the best coverage, not only here in the United States, but now in 30 countries around the world, go ahead, download the free app. You can see coverage in France, Germany, Mexico, Italy, Poland, Romania, Switzerland. You can check it out. It's awesome. So download the free Coverage Map app. It's on iPhone and Android. If you're interested in supporting me and the channel, consider checking out bestphoneplans.net to find and compare cell phone plans. Try and make it easy for you, outline all the best options, and then you can consider using one of my affiliate links when you sign up. But that's going to be it. You all are amazing. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Monday for the live stream. And Lewis Litt, Harvey Specter. That is a hot take. That is a hot take. And I will see you next week for the live stream then. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye.